Hi, I'm Ferra, and I'm the coach of Team Vitality.
Hi, I'm Radozin, and I'm a player of Team Vitality.
I'm 54 and I'm a player for Team Vitality.
Hey, I'm Zen and I'm player for Team Vitality.
Alright, Mike, go ahead.
Hi, Gregan from Beyond the Game. How important is playing from Stade de France for your improvement?
Non.
Ok.
Français?
Tu veux le faire?
Ouais, mais je comprends français.
Tu veux le faire en anglais?
Non.
Ok, vas-y, fais en français. Quand je traduis.
Le Stade de France c'est bien. Enfin, on a beaucoup d'avantages. C'est une grande salle et on a beaucoup de choses. On a beaucoup de trucs à l'intérieur, donc c'est vraiment cool.
He says, I mean, it's great. It's a pretty big room, so we have a lot of stuff in there. So it's good for us to get ready for tournaments.
Do not, if you could speak into one of the mics, yeah, sorry about that.
Okay.
Becca?
Yeah.
Jens from Shift. Ferra, I want to go back to the Boston major. You managed to get the crowd on your side on the last day of the major, as you struck a deal with the crowd to support you against BDS. When did you come up with that plan, and what made you make that move? And would you have approached the finals differently if the crowd didn't cheer for you?
Yeah, I came up with it the same morning or the last night. I don't remember. But yeah, the plan was because of there was no NA teams. Actually, if we were to win against World 1, we would only be EU teams. So I figured there was no strings attached between the crowd and the teams there. So I feel like it was kind of there for the taken, right? And I don't know how different it would have been, if things were different, or like if an NA team was there. I would not have done it if that was the case. But like since all of the circumstances were there, I was like, yeah, why not do it? And I'm pretty positive it's gonna help us and make for like a great experience for us.
Problème de l'équipe, je la pose en français comme disait votre traducteur, je vous laisse. C'est la première fois que vous participez à une telle compétition, moins zen et Radozin, Ferra dans cette position aussi. On a vu à Boston qu'il y a eu un peu de pression, un peu de stress. Comment ça va depuis le début de la compétition à ce niveau-là et maintenant que vous êtes qualifié en quart de finale?
Bon, moi je pense que maintenant, depuis qu'on a passé Boston, on a réussi à s'habituer au niveau du stress et que on prend chaque match à son importance.
Tu veux répondre peut-être peut-être que tu dois traduire en fait. Je pense qu'il faut que tu traduises la question et la réponse.
Je me rappelle plus de la question.
Non, tu veux que je la refasse?
Yes.
Comme il y avait eu un peu de stress, un peu de pression et c'est la première fois qu'il participait à une telle compétition à Boston, comment ça se passe de ce côté-là depuis le début de la compétition pour eux ici?
So the question was, because last time in Boston it was the first time playing such a big tournament, and how it is going now here in Dusseldorf about stress and things like that. And I think that Zen answered that now they're kicking each series at a time. So, and I think he said that they are pretty much fixed what happened. So.
Tu veux répondre?
Moi, depuis Boston, j'avais déjà fait le Winter Major avec Season qui était dans l'équipe à l'époque. Et du coup, c'était ma première LAN, j'étais beaucoup plus stressé que Boston. Boston, j'avais déjà un peu d'expérience, j'avais une routine. Et là, au World, je m'améliore parce que à Boston, on avait fait des trucs. Du coup, au World, je vais faire la même.
So for Radozin, in Boston it was his second time because he played a winter major back in San Diego. So in San Diego he was really stressed, but then in Boston he actually been improved a lot, and now he's keeping improving and he's getting even better now.
Okay, and for me, to be honest, it's not really different from the previous ones. Like as an individual, I don't feel any different from being a player, being a coach when approaching a LAN event. So I feel like all of my experience is pretty useful, even if it's a different role there.
Go another time. Jens from Shift for Zen. Do you feel the added pressure of having a perfect season, perfect split so far, to finish it with a perfect win?
La question c'est de savoir est-ce que maintenant que vous avez fait un perfect split, est-ce que vous avez encore une pression, enfin est-ce que tu as encore une pression supplémentaire sur tout ça ou est-ce que ça...
Moi je pense que oui, on a toujours une pression en soi parce que tu es en LAN, tu es devant du public, mais on va essayer de cette pression pour essayer de gagner.
So he said, of course, you have pressure on your shoulder because it's a LAN and it's in front of a crowd, but they're going to use this pressure to try to win it all. So.
I'll go again if I can. Greg will be on the game. So for Ferra, do you feel the pressure differently as a coach to as you did as a player? Do you feel that like increased heart rate at different points during a match compared to before?
Yeah, it's much different because you're not in control anymore, right? So it's a different kind of pressure. I feel like all of the job is done. Not all of none of it, but like most of the job is done beforehand. So once the series starts, it's like it's not in your hands anymore. And yeah, the players hold the controller and not you anymore, so you're just hoping things go well, and for us it has been going well, so it's fine. But yeah, pressure, it's pretty different. I wouldn't say, I think my player experience helped with that because I used to be like really stressed when playing, really nervous, but now like I'm pretty used to it, so even though I can like feel nervous at times, it never goes over the top. I still manage it pretty well, so it's fine.
From esports.ch, what do you feel like that French is right now one of the best nations in Rocket League currently, and why did development come up so much? How do so many young players come up in that region currently?
Okay. Well, I think that France has always been like really good on this game since like the beginning with like Chaussette, K-Dog, Ferry, and I think that it inspired a lot of French people to play the game and to get as good as them. Since like K-Dog was a huge streamer back then, even now. But I mean, like he inspired a lot of people. Even like Monkey Moon admitted that he used like to snipe him and stuff like to get better. So I think like the more French like good people are gonna be, the more like other French like people are gonna want to play the game. So it's just like a circle kind of. So yeah, I don't know if it's real or not, but I think it has a good part for our like improvement for everyone in the French scene.
Didn't mention Ferra as one of the players.
Yeah. Season 1, 2. I mean, Ferry was 3 as well, but yeah, I forgot.
No, I was there at the same time as Ferry.
Yeah, my bad.
Must that also give you additional energy that you have, let's say, a derby, that rivalry with more French countrymen that you can face in semi-finals and finals? Does that also give you an additional push for your teammates?
I don't know, honestly. We just take game by game and we don't really look at the opponents. So if it's like our friends, then it doesn't really matter if it's our friends or not our friends. We just need to beat them. So I mean, personally, I don't really mind about who we are gonna face. So.
Jens from Shift, I have another question for Alpha. A while ago in an interview with GG Recon, you mentioned how Vitality was at its prime at around the time you joined the team with Ferrypeak and Kato. What do you think is the biggest difference between that roster and this current roster?
Well, there is like everything that is different except for the results. Like they had like really good results, of course, like winning the World Championship in season 7, of course, and then like losing in final, like 1 goal away from being like twice world champion. So they had like insane results. Then I came in and I knew that the team had like high expectations, but we don't work the same at all. Like the game got more professional. We scream more. We talk more. We have like routines. Like we do so much more stuff now because the game has evolved. So like the results are almost the same, but it's way more difficult now, I would say.
Yeah. Sorry if this has already been asked, but Jack from GG Recon. We saw a lot of videos yesterday of you guys coming, and your communication was a lot more vocal than other teams that you were playing on stage with. How have you found that is something you've been working on?
Yeah, I mean, definitely communication is always, to me specifically, it's one of the most important things in Rocket League. So we worked a lot on it from the start. Even with the previous roster, it was already a key point of our gameplay, and with the addition of Danny, he had to fit in with the communication, and we helped him. And I think he learned from Rado and Alpha's communication, and which is why now it seems pretty fluent. So I don't know what you guys saw, but yeah, it's always like that. It's always like that.
I got a question for Zen. So I saw some of your old gameplay, and you looked very very normal like everyone else. And then now we look at your gameplay, it's another level above. Was there a moment where you suddenly felt yourself improve fast, or has it just been gradual over time?
Alors la question c'est Zen. Il a regardé des gameplays de toi il y a un petit moment où tu jouais de manière plus ou moins basique. Et ensuite, maintenant, si on regarde ton gameplay, on voit que tu es clairement un niveau en dessous des autres. Est-ce qu'il y a eu un moment au cours de ta carrière où tu as senti ce changement entre le niveau basique et le niveau que tu as maintenant? Et si oui, qu'est-ce qui a fait que tu as eu ce changement de niveau?
Je pense que le moment où ça a changé mon gameplay, c'est que j'ai surtout pas aimé le jeu. J'ai fait que de jouer en ranked avec plein de pros, et du coup, je me suis surtout amélioré grâce à ça.
So I think the moment I stable is when I started grinding the game, playing a lot, and I was playing ranked with other pro players. So I think that's when my game started to step up.
Question to Alpha and Ferra. How do you rate your performance so far in the competition? Overall.
As a team.
Yeah, as a team.
Well, we won 4-0 and 4-1, so I don't think it's bad. So of course we won both games, and it wasn't like comfortable because like they were like tough opponents, especially against SSG. They were putting us in really like uncomfortable situations, but I think we managed to play really well. We clutched it up in like a lot of overtimes. Our only loss is on overtime, but well, we clutched up like I don't know how many, but 4 or 5 I would say overtimes. So yeah, I feel like people are saying that it was easy opponent for us, but it's Worlds. Like everyone is gonna play at their best, and they all want to beat us. So I'm happy about how we played, and I know that we're gonna step it up for the quarters.
Yeah, I think one of our main issues so far in most of the tournaments we've played was the beginnings. How we struggled against Gradual in the first regional. And even in other regionals, we usually struggle at the beginnings. Same for the Boston Major, where we had troubles against Complexity, against Elevate, and even BDS. So it was not easy because we had that in our mind. So winning 4-0 and 4-1 is a pretty big sign for us. Yes, the games were close, but to be fair, I think we dominated pretty hard, most of them, and like the results are like pretty accurate with what happened on the field. So we're pretty happy so far. There has been some mistakes, but I feel like as the tournament will go on, we'll just get better and better.
Any other questions?
Hugo Bernabeu, eSport.fr, je vais vous la faire en français. Il y a pas mal de supporters français qui sont venus, beaucoup de Vitality, surtout de la Carmine Corp. Comment vous gérez ça un peu? Est-ce que ça vous met plus de pression ou est-ce que ça vous booste? Comment vous gérez un peu ça?
So the question is about French fans. So a lot of French fans are coming. So team vitality and fans from Carmen Cup as well. So the question is, how do you guys manage that, and how do you feel about playing in front of a big French crowd?
Tu veux une réponse en français ou en anglais? Okay. I think it's a pretty big thing for us, like the crowd support. You saw it in Boston, I think. So it's good that people are passionate about the game, I think. But to be honest, I don't think the players mind too much. It's not gonna be added pressure. It's added excitement, if I say. It's like they're happy to play. They're happy to have supporters and stuff. I think it's a little bit more pressure for Carmine Cup because they have a lot more people, and they're not in a comfortable situation right now. So we feel pretty confident about it, honestly.
Jens from Shift for Razosa. Are there any teams you want to play in the playoffs?
Razosa, est-ce qu'il y a des équipes qui aimeraient jouer au playoff?
Franchement, j'aimerais bien jouer K-Corp et BDS. C'est les deux seules équipes où j'ai trop hâte de les jouer en playoff.
Honestly, we want to play against K-Corp and TBDS. That's the two main teams I really want to face in playoff.
I'd like to add on this. Are they the only teams that could beat you?
No one.
I got one last question. So we've seen a variety of org support across Rocket League. How do you rate Vitality support as an organisation compared to other orgs in Rocket League right now?
I'll take it. I think it's pretty big, and it's bigger than most orgs. Like, we put come for every regional, which I haven't seen many teams do. BS do it maybe. Carmine has been doing it, but not every time, and most NA teams don't. So it's pretty big, and we have a lot of people coming with us at events and stuff. So yeah, we have a lot of support, but by support I don't mean people encouraging us. I mean actual organizational support, and it's pretty helpful in times of need, and events you want to focus on the games, and I feel like the guys can actually focus on the games and not worry about everything else because we have a lot of support.
Any other questions? No? Okay. All right. Thank you.
Thank you.